Emily Austin, it's an honor to have you here.
So good to be here.
TV personality, such a very, very significant advocate for Israel.
Thank
With
you.
all your work you're doing, it is unbelievable.
Thank you.
And I know you suffered a lot of backlash since October 7th and since you started advocating so strongly for Israel. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, unfortunately, growing up very proudly Jewish and never really experiencing anything so outrageous, everyone was pretty accepting of one another and respectful, especially in Long Island. There's a lot of Jews. And it wasn't really until I got to college and started building a platform online that I noticed that Israel was so controversial, because growing up, for me, Israel was like schnitzelim, kosher McDonald's, it's so nice to be here, like matkot, sheshvesh. It was never a political thing. It's like, this is my country, this is where my people are, and it's fun. After I got a few 100,000 followers, it was my first Yom HaAtzmaut since like becoming a public figure, and I posted a cupcake on my story, and we do like falafel and like Israeli themed day. And I got so many DMs, like unfollowed, can't believe you support apartheid.
Wow.
My favorite NBA player posted like, wow, you support a racist state. And I said, racism? Like,
And this is before October 7th.
this is years before. This is like, this is when I was, was I even in college? Maybe it was my first year before COVID. Or maybe the first year. Anyway, my college life was destroyed from COVID. But and I said, this is so sad that like so many people who loved me 5 minutes ago are turning against me because I support Israel. Like,
Wow.
This is unseen for me.
And this is the first time you've experienced anti-Semitism.
Publicly, yes. Like on campus here and there, like my classmate Yusuf from Egypt was not nice after he found out I'm not from Israel, but that I support Israel and that I became an Israeli citizen. They weren't so nice after.
Wow.
But that was like my eye opener, but it wasn't terrible. Like it was things I could deal with. I answer every single message. My fingers hurt. I try to rebuke everything that they're saying and rebut everything that they're saying. But it wasn't anywhere close to October 7th. Now, when the 7th happened, I was at a point in my career where everything I dreamed of achieving, I was here. I was so close to achieving it. Getting my own NBA show and interviewing the best NBA players and Miss Universe judge and Puma ambassador. I'm making money and I'm getting stopped. It was amazing. It's everything I dreamed of doing. At 22 years old, I was like, I made it.
It's unbelievable.
Like literally, if I show you my Zoom history, like September 29th or something, I had a Zoom about, my own basketball show, and then October 7th happened. So I find myself in a place where I'm like, okay, well, Jews were massacred in Israel. Of course, everyone will side with me that this is wrong. So let me just go on Instagram, make a video, how upset I am, raw emotion, just to find out that Israel's still the bad guy somehow.
Unbelievable.
Now I'm sitting in my podcast. I have a great players on the Spurs. He's on my show, and I'm wearing my Bring Them Home tag, and I'm talking to him about basketball, and my head is on the chatufim, on the hostages, and I can't even talk to him. Like, I'm not focused. The second the camera's off, I give him an hour lecture about Israel. The next guest comes on. I end up just talking about Israel the whole time, because in my mind there's a war. How could I just be talking about basketball right now?
Exactly.
So I didn't even watch one more game the entire season. I was just like, what's happening in Israel? When are the hostages coming home? And it took a toll on me mentally, because literally I couldn't do my job. And I was getting so much pushback, and you can't talk about this, you can't talk about that. Miss Universe, I was the youngest Miss Universe judge in the history of the organization.
Unbelievable.
So we're a women's group.
21 years old?
22. I just turned 22.
Crazy.
So we're a women's group, right? We support women's rights. The owners are transgender. We're so inclusive. We support everyone all over the globe. So after we didn't make a statement about October 7th, I said, how could I be part of a group that's not saying anything? So let me text the owner. Like, I don't care. I'm not afraid. She's Jewish, by the way.
Wow.
I texted her, hey, could we put out a statement that we condemn the rape? And she says, no, it's too political. So I said again, I don't think it's political. You don't have to come and say, I love Israel, but just say, we condemn the rape of the Israeli citizens and whatever. I said they weren't militants. They were civilians at a party.
Yeah.
They got raped on camera. How could you deny it? They ignored me.
Even, by the way, militants is not...
Yeah,
rape
it's not
is
justified.
Not war. Exactly.
And she ignored me again. Finally, she says, Emily, it's politics. We're not getting involved. So I stalk their Instagram page, and I see that they said, we condemn Russia's invasion of Ukraine. So that sounds pretty political to me.
That's very political.
I sent it to the owner. She ignores me. I texted her again. Hello. She ignores it. Question. I'm annoying. I get what I want. Yeah. She ignored me. So I went on Fox News and I ripped them apart. And I said that they're a fake women's group and they don't stand for women's rights. And I'm ashamed of them. And they obviously fired me, blocked me. I don't hear from them anymore.
You're very brave.
It's not about bravery. It's just like, how could I be with a group that doesn't care about Israeli lives? Yeah. But you claim that you care about women. So it's hypocritical and I won't stand for it.
And also doesn't have the same morals that you have.
Clearly not. Like, if you can't condemn rape as a human being, you're a monster.
Yeah.
I can't work with you. Especially, I'm helping your name. I'm putting it out there. I'm proud of it. Can't do that. I was working with Puma as like an ambassador.
Yeah.
And Puma put out a statement that they're boycotting Israel.
Wow.
I said, wow, okay, so Miss Universe, Puma, what's next? Wow. The NBA podcast, they're like, hey, maybe you should stick to politics. Okay, so I'm like, great. Now I'm 22. I made it all, and now I'm unemployed. So what do I do with myself?
I actually met you in New York just right after.
Yes.
And I remember saying to myself, a 22-year-old that have achieved all this by the age of 22 and now has lost so much of what you've built.
When you and I met,
exactly.
I was in a bad place.
Yeah. I remember. And I went home and I felt, wow, this girl has lost everything.
It was sad.
Because she is supporting her and going after her morals and after Israel and what's true. It's not even being Jewish or Israeli. It's just going, with the truth and what's right and wrong.
Exactly. I remember when we met and you asked me, what do you do? And I said, well, what I used to do was, and it just hurt so bad because when you stand up for the right thing, you expect the good things to come back. That's not why you do it, but it's just like what goes around comes around. Yeah. So I find myself where I'm like, I know I'm defending the truth. I know I'm on the right side of history, but my life is falling apart. Like, it can't be that this is what comes about. But they say when one door closes, a better door opens.
Exactly.
And I know you tell yourself that, but until you see it, you don't believe it. And really, I didn't have a job for like a year. And it was so sad because I really loved my job. And then I get the best offer. I work for a sports network now. We're #1 in every country besides the US. Like, we're competing with ESPN there. I broadcast in Ireland, in London, in Saudi Arabia, everywhere in the world, the UK. So now I have even more eyes and ears. I have more followers, more fans globally. And it's like, if I hadn't lost everything, I would never have the availability to get this job. And I speak my mind. I speak my politics.
And they don't care.
Listen, the same way the boxers that I'm interviewing, they could come out with Palestine flags, I could be Israeli. They don't care. It's free speech.
They don't care.
No.
Wow. That's amazing.
It's equal. So.
And even before October 7th, you just graduated and you've been on campuses and you actually experienced how this whole thing evolved. Before the October 7th and after the October 7th. Can you share if there was any scary moments, if there was anything eye-opening?
Well, actually, this is before October 7th. In my first car in high school, I went to a private school, so I got a Israel flag and I stuck it on my mirror. And my mom always said, one day someone's going to break into your car. And I said, no, I go to school in Long Island. Nobody's going to ever do that. And one day I find my Israel flag is missing from the car.
Wow.
And I was like, is anything broken? Like, I don't lock my car, by the way, so it's my fault.
In New York?
So thank God they didn't have to break my windows, but they did steal my Israel flag, and I just replaced it with another one. But I thought that's so weird that people care. It's my car. It's not yours.
Exactly. Why would anyone take that?
Right. And this is my first year in Hofstra. Now, I ended up leaving Hofstra because they were very woke. Like, my teacher were, like, they were like they, them pronouns and, like, very, like, chutzpah, like, shoving their gender in your face and coming in bikinis to it was crazy. It was, like, out of a movie. My classmate was a cat. She would lick herself. So I was like, maybe this school's not for me. And it was the best journalism school, Hofstra University. So I left Turo, which is a Jewish school, but I speak on campuses. Now, I went back to Hofstra for the first time since I left. And I met with Shai Davidai, and he said, just know this campus is bad. And I said, I came here for years. What do you mean they're bad? We come to give a speech on a panel, and we're so nice and respectful. Like, we're not proselytizing our beliefs. And kids come in with big backpacks. Thank God there was security. And I could tell they look a little woke. All of a sudden, in the middle of our conversation, they start making noise, yelling. They pull out kafiyas, and they all start, free Palestine. And we didn't even get mad. We didn't even give the reaction. I said, if you guys really believed your cause, then you wouldn't walk in here all separately. You wouldn't wait till the room is full to pull out your keffiyehs and be brave. You would have came in with your keffiyeh and you would take the microphone when I offered it to you and you would come have a conversation. But instead, you're doing it for the show. You're doing it because you think it's cool. So you don't even stand for what you believe in and you're covering your face with a mask.
Yeah.
And I said, here's the microphone. If anybody wants to debate me on Israel, the microphone is yours.
And at no point you were afraid.
Afraid? No. I don't. First of all, I mean, I have a gun, but I hope I don't have to use it. but I do have it in case I do.
Good for you.
And I have a carry permit because Nardine Kiswani from Within Our Lifetime, I debated her on Pierce Morgan. I embarrassed her and I got doxxed. They gave my mom's phone number out. They thought it was mine and my address. So that was bad. But nobody wanted to debate me. Wow. One person took the microphone, a Muslim guy from Queens. He ends up becoming like a fan. And he looks, and his friend's like, no, you can't believe the Zionist lies, but I'm speaking facts and you're speaking with emotion. So that's when I realized the campuses have a big problem, that they're filled with uneducated people, as good as the school is, who don't want to hear the other side.
Yeah.
They don't want to hear it. They're stuck in their ways. They support terrorists and they think they're standing on the right side of history. And now I'm finding out more and more that they're funded, so I feel a little bit better about it.
Yeah.
But the campus presidents are really the problem.
Yeah.
Because you're the adult in the room. If you see that they're hijacking campuses, they're locking up buildings, they're breaking windows, they're stealing students and putting faculty in buildings, and you come in and you say, let's negotiate here. No, you're expelled, you're deported, you don't have a visa anymore. Like, when did we become so weak and pushovers to terrorist sympathizers?
Yeah.
Like, if I was the president...
Do you think Donald Trump's policies are going to change this now?
Oh, of course. I mean, he's Shalom, Mahmoud, Shalom, this one. Everyone's getting deported now. But the truth is...
And you think it's going to continue?
Oh, yeah. I hope so.
Yeah.
Everyone's being very emotional about it. Oh, you're deporting citizens. First of all, they're not citizens. If you have America is a privilege to be there. I'm honored. I thank God I was born there every day. And if you have a visa, which is very competitive to get, to come learn at a great school like Columbia, and you're using your visa as an opportunity to spread terror on campus and hand out flyers of intifada... A, why should you be in the country? And B, that's not why you were granted a visa.
Exactly.
So Trump deporting them is just, we gave you a chance, you messed up. You don't have a place in this country to spread terrorism. And all the left-wingers in America are like demanding that they stay here. So you want to welcome terrorists in the country.
They're showing their real faces and people are still refusing to see the truth.
The truth is, it's very subjective there. It's like, it's okay that you're a terrorist because it's Israelis that you're targeting. But it starts with Israel and it comes to America.
Exactly.
They always say the Jews are the canary in the coal mine, that they're the alarm for anti-Semitism. It's just the beginning of something bigger. And I think Americans just don't want to see it because then we have to face the reality that we're next. And it's scary to think about it. Exactly. But Trump recognizes that.
Yeah.
He knows it's not just a threat to Israel. America's next. Western civilization. Iran says this every day.
Exactly.
So.
And I know you fly often with work to Saudi.
Yeah.
And you meet a lot of, Muslim businessmen, sports people. And how is that?
It's so fun. If you scroll through my WhatsApps, you see more Saudis than anyone else because... the narrative about them is so false. And I'm not like, by the way, I'm not paid by Saudi. Like, you can find it.
And you don't hide your Jewish identity.
No, not at all. So it's funny. In America, if they call you a Zionist, it's a bad thing. When I go to Saudi and they call me the Zionist, it's just like, it's an adjective. It's not a bad thing there. It's just, oh, she's the Jew. She's the Jew. She's the Zionist. But it's not in a bad way. It's always in a complimentary way. Or just like an adjective.
Do you feel like you're able to change their thoughts and beliefs about it?
I'll read you a text. Now it's okay because he's very open about formerly hating Jews, so he doesn't care that I share this story.
And you changed his mind.
Yeah, when I first came to Saudi, we're sitting at a table. It's the Prince of Dubai, one of the princes of Saudi, boxers, famous boxers, managers. It was a full table, and everyone's having so much fun, and we're eating. And all of a sudden, one of the boxers, Ryan Garcia, decides to announce at the table, guys, Emily's a Jew. She just flew from Tel Aviv and she's a Zionist. And I'm like,
oh my God,
Ryan, why would you say that right now? Like, nobody asked. If they asked, I would offer. And all of a sudden they start laughing because they don't believe him. They think he's making fun of me. And the prince goes, no, she's not one of them. Are you kidding me? Look at her. And he goes, no, wallah, she just came from Tel Aviv. I was like, oh my God. I thought they were going to kill me.
Oh my God.
And then it was just quiet. The dinner was ruined. Like, nobody wanted to speak anymore. a week later, the boxing fight starts. The princes are there again, and they come to me and said, I can't believe you're one of them. And I said, what do you mean? I'm the same as everyone else. Like, if you like me, you like them. There's good people, there's bad people, there's good Jews, there's bad Jews. Like, judge us by character, you know?
Exactly.
But they really think, like not just there. I met a guy from Italy. They think we have horns. They think we have tattoos.
They're educated that way. That's the problem. That's where we need to change that. We need to change the education that they're
working on it. So here's the text I get. So good.
Interesting.
This is like my I'm doing well moment. Did you land back from Saudi? Glad you made it safe. If you need anything, let me know, because you need a special visa. It's complicated. Just wanted to let you know, it's crazy how I see you like my sister. Wallah, I used to hate Jews. Haha. I love you. Thank you for changing me and making me a better person.
Wow.
I said, stop. He said, I swear I can't complain. All good. Blessed be Allah. You're like my sister now. And I'm like, this guy hated Jews. So, like,
how did that make you feel?
I was so
I have
happy.
Like shivers just listening to that, because
but it gets
that's
better.
really making a change.
It was so good. And then like a month later, you know, we don't talk every day, but when I come to Saudi, I want to make sure I'm taken care of. I get a call from him. He's like, yo, I'm doing business now. Guess what? He's a Jew. And I don't hate him. And I'm like, yay. That's so amazing. I'm so glad you don't hate him. But it goes both ways. When I come to Saudi, like really, I brought my mom. She was so afraid. The hospitality we feel, they know she's from Israel. Her passport says born in Israel, my mom. Wow. She was raised in America, but like they know exactly where I stand. They follow me on social media. I do media there. Yeah. And they're so welcoming. And they even, I think they like Israel secretly. They definitely do. And I think Trump will help normalize relations sooner than later.
Hopefully.
I think if someone's going to do it, it's Trump.
Okay, so talking about Trump, you are close to him and you've been a big supporter. And tell me a little bit, how did this whole relationship start? How is he in person?
Oh, he's so cool. It started with, like, in America before it was cool to support Trump, it was dangerous to support Trump. Yeah, and I didn't care. I was like, I'm a Zionist. I'm all the labels. I'm a woman in sports. Like, there's always targets on me, right?
You just go, along with your heart. That's it.
Yeah, I just follow my heart. I can't do otherwise. It won't be, you'll know I'm lying through my teeth. So I really stick to my truth. And I came out in support of Trump for two reasons. A, for me, it's a no-brainer. He's the better option. But as the election got closer to November, it started to feel like an existential crisis for Israel. Mm-hmm. America would be disgustingly bad under Kamala Harris, but we'd end up okay after 4 years. Like, we'd survive. Israel, in a war for its existence, I don't think could survive 4 years under an administration as powerful as America that doesn't support them. Yeah. So, for whatever reason, there's many, many Jews who thought Kamala was a better choice. So I said, you know what? I have this many followers. A lot of them are non-Jews, just American people who love sports. We need Trump to win. Yeah. And I started pushing and advocating. I'm not making money and I'm not getting paid to do it. I'm not being promoted or amplified. Like, I'm just using my base to convince them to vote Trump. Now, I get a random call from like a blocked number, some agent who's like, Thursday, Donald Trump, Bedminster in New Jersey. Can you be there? Like, we want to start a coalition of the most powerful Jews who support Trump. So I said, okay. And I show up and Trump comes and Miriam Adelson and it was so nice. But it was still dangerous.
Is that the first time you met him in person?
Yeah. It was right after the assassination attempt. So it was 2 days after.
That's scary.
Like a week after. So the security was crazy and he was just shaking hands. But he stopped me and he said, you look like Ivanka. And I was like, yeah. So we just like giggled for a bit and then shook his hand, got my picture, and he left. And I said, bye, Mr. President. And he was like, bye. And I said, I know he's going to remember me because he thinks I look like his daughter. So then I joined Women for Trump. And I was asked to speak at his rally in Pennsylvania to rally the women to vote for Trump. So, of course, it was an honor. I did. Meet him again. Oh, I remember you from here. Then I went to Mar-a-Lago. Very small dinner. It was like a New Year's, I think it was a New Year's event. So it was very, very intimate, like sold-out restaurant. And Trump came with Melania and Barrett and Jared. And I go up to Jared. I was like, hi. He follows me on Twitter. Don Jr. is my friend. I was like, hey. And I met Trump, and he looked at me, and he's like, you know? And then they came and said hi to us after. And finally, I get an email. They said, we want to invite you to the White House, like intimately. I said, there's no way. What an honor. So it was J.D. Vance, Kash Patel, Pam Bondi, the whole cabinet, the FBI, CIA, the whole administration, Bobby Kennedy Jr. Wow. And Trump walks in, and he's like, I just wanted to thank you. I couldn't have won the election without you, and I hope you know. Oh my God! He's like, first of all, we see you on television. We love you. Also, Herzog said we see you on television.
Wow.
And he said,
Amazing.
he said, I couldn't have won this election without you. And I said, imagine the president of the United States being humble enough to come and say thank you. He already won. It's been months. And he said, I couldn't have done it without you.
Wow.
So we went to his office, said, we have gifts for you. They gave me MAGA hats. I got the challenge coin. They just got it in the mail. It was so cool.
And that's the picture you posted.
Yes, yes. And he said,
what a great honor.
I said, I want to thank you for A, saving our country, but B, you know, I'm also Jewish. My family, I have some family in Israel. I want to thank you for what you do for Israel. And he looks at me and he's so happy I said that. And he said, Emily, I want to promise you one thing. As long as I'm in this office, Israel's in good hands. I promise you that. I said, Mr. President, I have no doubt. And he's like, I will take care of you guys. Don't worry. You're in good hands. You're safe. And then the next day he met Eli Sharabi.
Yeah.
So it's such a blessing to have him in office. And like everyone who doesn't appreciate him, they don't know what the alternative would have been.
Exactly. And I know there's talk about you heading towards politics. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yes, yes.
Do you feel like he inspired you, or that whole change of the amazing things he's done for the Jewish world? Is that something?
Yeah, of course. Listen, he's good for the Jews. He's good for the Muslims. He's good for America. He's good for humanity. Yeah. And people just seem to overlook that about him. But he's faced so much scrutiny and challenges. And he shows you could really overcome anything if you stick to your truth and you do the right thing, which he did. Like, look, they tried to put him in jail. Now he's the president of the country. Exactly. In my case, I know I'm very young. And I want to start, like, at the congressional level. I want to run for Congress. And then I want to run for Senate. And then one day, listen, you have to be 35, so I have time. Like, I would run for president.
You can grow into it.
You can grow into it, exactly. You start somewhere and you grow your ladder up. As a joke, a couple of years ago, I posted on Instagram. I think I was like 17, 18. I said, I'll be your first female Jewish president. Now, I was completely kidding then. But now, maybe one day, let's see, what will it, 2030?
Don't forget me when you're Congresswoman. I want you back here. I want to talk about it.
I would love to. I really would. I would love to be a Congresswoman. I think it's such an honor. They make such important decisions, not only for America, they make decisions when it comes to Israel, Ukraine. Yeah. They have a lot of power. Yeah. My district loves me. I already started. I'm the bridge commissioner of Nassau County. Bruce Blakeman appointed me. I got unanimously sworn in. I have my badge, my ID. I have a challenge coin. So I have a government job, technically.
All this, and you're 23 years old.
I'm the youngest bridge commissioner by like 100 years.
You're the youngest everything, Emily. Unbelievable.
It would be an honor. We'll
Are
see.
there any policies that appeal to you that you would like to bring or change or just have an effect on?
I have a very controversial one. I'm contemplating sharing it. Let's put it this way. If I was the Prime Minister of Israel, the death penalty would be a thing. That's for sure. In America, I'm not so certain.
I totally agree.
In America, I have a little bit more faith that we could do things the right way without that. But if I was a Prime Minister, I'd do that tomorrow. In America, I really believe what Trump's doing is the right thing to do. I feel like for too long, now I'm not like mean, especially being a woman. I have like that empathy and maternalness that comes with it. But the lack of consequences in America that have gone on under Biden's administration for too long set a tone that in the country you could get away with crime.
Yeah.
And it's a domino effect. Like, crime is the main focus because everything comes after that. Like, exactly. if you know you're not going to go to jail for stealing, it sets an example. Exactly. Everyone steals, the market gets hurt, the economy is hurt. It's really a domino effect. So literally, my biggest implementation would be to crack down on crime. Yeah. For too long, the border's open, illegal immigrants come in.
Exactly.
Let me tell you something. They're not contributing to American society because if they did, they would become citizens and do things the right way. Oh, immigration reform, big time.
Yeah.
Big time. We wouldn't want to entice people to come in illegally, but the process of coming in legally is very, very hard. I would definitely reform that. Crack down on crime. I would be so good internationally with diplomacy because I love everyone. I get along with people.
Yeah.
Despite the differences. I love to find common denominators. I feel like, there's space for everyone at the table. Yeah. I think Trump is really good with that. Like, people get mad. Oh, you talk to Putin, you talk to Kim Jong-un. Well, how else are you going to negotiate with them if you don't talk to them?
You have to.
You have to. I don't know who can't recognize that.
That's politics.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow. So there's very interesting years coming for you.
Yeah.
Do you see yourself ever in the Israeli politics or being an ambassador for Israel?
No.
No?
I love Israel. I'll be a friend from America. I'll be their best ally.
And you're a very big advocate.
I love it. Israeli politics, listen, I'm more cut for American politics. But they work together. I mean, look, Trump loves Bibi.
Yeah.
He's like, I speak to Bibi once a day. Now, is that really true? I don't know. But just the point of saying that.
They have so much to talk about. So
Yeah,
many things are
of
going on.
course.
Every time you open your news, you're like, oh my God, what's now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would nice to be offered. Do you want to be ambassador? I think I would want to do more like policy implementation.
You are an ambassador. You were just here at
Ambassadors of truth.
Exactly. Yeah.
I think it's
at the
important to have
Diaspora
friends.
Fair.
Yeah.
What an honor for an American,
Huge.
parents Israeli, to be invited to such an amazing
It was
event.
such an honor. And I love Amichai, and he's doing such good work. And
Yeah.
all the ministers, not all the ministers, but many ministers are really doing good work in this war. And it's nice to know as an American who, we face, right now America's not in a great place when it comes to anti-Semitism, but to know that we have the support here and they're willing to help us however they can, we feel it. I feel like the connection is strong.
But I think it's a process. I think it's a process that's actually being dealt with.
Yeah.
And hopefully we're going to have, the next 4 years will be good and you'll see the change on the streets in New York and all around America.
Yeah.
And it was such an honor to have you here, Emily.
It was so nice.
I don't know if they tell you this on the streets, but everyone admires you. And everyone that I tell them, Emily Austin, everyone knows who you are.
That's so sweet.
And for me to have you here and for everything you're doing for our country is a great honor.
Anything for you, Inbal. So
Thank you, Emily.
of course, my pleasure.
Thank you.